iSupport version 15.1 release notes. Numerous performance enhancements have been added throughout the application, including enhanced caching for work item, custom field, and support representative functionality. A performance best practices and recommendations document developed by iSupport's technical support department is included with the upgrade download, and the information is also in the online help. The upgrade will perform a check to detect that Common Language Runtime, or CLR, is enabled on your SQL system, and a warning will appear if it is not enabled. CLR will increase performance when displaying and exporting views and reports. Contact iSupport Software Support for assistance in enabling CLR. Mobile Interface Updates. You can now add a view to a favorites list via the yellow star icon. iSupport's mobile interface was updated slightly, and it is now similar on all phones, including Android. The check-in icon will be disabled on the home screen if the site is not secure, or HTTPS. A recent items page was added for easy access to your 10 most recently accessed incident and asset work items for the Incident Management Edition, as well as problem and change work items for the Service Desk Edition. Click the Setup icon to change the type of work item in the list. You can also now access the full desktop via a mobile device. Enable this feature by selecting Full Desktop Site in the Mobile Display Inside Firewall field in the Desktop Preferences screen. The Allow Mobile Access Inside Firewall setting must also be enabled in your support representative profile record. You can now specify the page to display by default when accessing iSupport on a mobile device via the default mobile view field in Preferences. Desktop Updates. A green indicator on the left side of the chat window now appears for support representatives that are available for chat. A gray indicator appears next to unavailable support representatives. You can click on the name of an unavailable support representative and enter an amount of time in which to automatically open a chat if they become available. You can also now attach a file to a chat via the paperclip icon. To prevent a support representative from being included in the chat window, select Off in the Display and Chat menu field on the Advanced tab in the Support Representative profile screen. You can now close a personal dashboard and add existing personal dashboards to your desktop. You can now include a background image to fill the screen around the login dialog on the desktop. Enable this feature via the background image and background image fit fields in the Rep Security configuration screen. Name-based searching in discussion feeds has changed slightly. When you search for a rep or customer name with 2 words, the first word will only search first names, and the second will only search last names. If there are more than 2 words, any beyond the first word will be limited to last name. mySupport portal updates. You can now include a background image to fill the screen around the login dialog on a mySupport portal. Enable this feature via the background image and background image fit fields on the Login tab in the mySupport portal Options configuration screen. Also in the mySupport portal configuration screen, you can now move Dashboard Designer components between sections and drag and drop navigator links from one section to another. You can also create a dashboard based on an existing dashboard via the Create From option on the Add tab. A portal header gradient field was added to the mySupport Theme Basics screen. Use it to enable or disable the gradual intensity of the color selected in the portal header field. The description field is now optional on mySupport Incident and Change Submit and Display layouts. If not included on a submit layout, standard text will be included in the description field after submission as shown here. If the layout is associated with a template, the description configured in the template will be used. You can now add a description when copying a mySupport dashboard via the Manage Portal Items screen. Work item and configuration updates. A save and logout option was added to work item screens for saving the record and closing the current session. This feature is typically used when accessing a record via a link in an email. Enable this option via the Show Save and Logout in Work Item ribbon bar menu field on the Basics tab in the Global Settings screen. If one result is returned for a category search on a work item, the result will now be automatically selected, similar to customer and asset searches. Headlines and knowledge entries have been added to the search results of open items for a selected categorization. You can select an item and associate it with the current work item. Add new knowledge entry and add new headline links have been added to the associated work items field in the incident and problem screens. Change type configuration has moved from the Change Management Feature Basics screen to the Customize section under Options and Tools. You can now associate custom fields with change record types. You can now restrict access to incident and change templates and top-level hierarchy templates by group. An Available to Reps option was added to the Custom Field screen so you can prevent support representatives from editing a custom field. Note that rules will still be able to change the field value, and the field will still appear in a work item screen if included on a layout. A Reason for Decline Include field has been added for knowledge base custom notifications. A permission has been added for deleting correspondence. Note that when a correspondence that is related to a work item or customer is deleted, both the correspondence and the related correspondence history will be removed. The audit history related to the original correspondence will remain, and a new audit history entry detailing the delete action will be added. The iSupport Access utility has been enhanced and renamed to iSupport Configuration Utility. Use the SSL/TLS tab if you wish to use SSL or Secure Sockets Layer or TLS Transport Layer Security to encrypt all communications between your browser and an iSupport site via an HTTPS connection. Authentication settings have been added to the Data Source Integration Customer RDB screen. A domain controller field was added to the Basics tab in the Data Source Integration screen for Active Directory and LDAP integration. Use it if the domain controller that iSupport authenticates against cannot resolve the secondary login field. A null option was added for the Change Secondary Username Customer Rule action. It is used to clear the contents of the secondary username field in a customer profile record. Data source field updates. Category, impact, urgency, and priority fields have been added to the work items data source. A group field has been added to the incident section in the survey responses data source. A child incident count field has been added to the incidents data source to indicate the number of lower level incidents that are one level under the listed incident. An important history count field has been added to the customer data source. A day of week format type has been added for all date fields in all data sources. That's it for an overview of the updates in iSupport version 15.1. If you have any questions, be sure to consult the online help or contact customer support by email at support@isupport.com and by phone at 360-397-1099. We're available 6 a.m. to 5 p.m. PST Monday through Friday and 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. PST Saturdays and Sundays for critical system failures, which are installation errors, inability to log in, or inability to create work items. You can also go to mysupport.isupport.com, iSupport Software's technical support website, to chat with support representatives, submit and view incidents, search the knowledge base, view facts, submit ideas, and participate in the user discussion forum.